I am Nicole. I'm a producer for the Steve Wilkos show. I have actually been with the show since season 5. I've been a producer for the past 2 years, but I started here as an associate producer. My favorite Steve moment would have to be the show called My Teen Prostitutes for Heroin. I actually produced this story when I was still an associate producer. It was one of my first stories, and Steve was just amazing with it. Just the way he engaged with her, you could tell he cared, she knew he cared, she knew he wanted her to get help, and I just think his connection with her was really great.
When I was being mic'd, my audio girl said, there's a girl in there, she looks like she's dead. I mean, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think that this is what you'd be doing with your life?
No.
I see, a beautiful young girl, and I look at you now, and I'm like, what happened? And to do the things that you have to do to be in this state,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what you're going through or what you're thinking about when you're going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And at least when I was a cop and I walked down the street, I had a gun and I had a radio, and I knew people were going to help me. And
Yeah.
you don't have anything. And you're going down with no
Yeah.
gun, no radio, no backup, and going to places that most people would never go.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't think of my future, because I don't know if I'm gonna have one,
Your mother and your grandfather, did you see how your grandfather talks about you with emotion? And like, he's terrified that the next call he might get would be one saying that you're dead.
I think one reason why Steve really was in tune with Morgan was because of how close she is with her family, because, he's so close with his family.
And your grandfather, I was told, he goes out in the streets to make sure you're fed or you have shoes on you.
Yeah, my grandpa's amazing.
He is an amazing guy.
He really is.
He's not giving up on you.
Addiction can happen in any type of household, and I think Steve realized that, and I think Steve really sympathized with the grandfather because, you want to give the tough love, but you also, it's someone you love. It's your family. You want to help them as well.
Do you believe that you can get clean?
I think it's gonna be really hard.
Oh, it's going to be
It's gonna be the
incredibly
hardest
hard.
thing I've ever
Yeah.
done.
There's no sugarcoating it. This is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. The good thing is, it is possible. We've had many young girls that come on, and they have overcome it, and they have cleaned themselves up, and they go back to being the beautiful girl that was in the picture before.
I figure I'm gonna do anything I can, or anything I have to do to get me to rehab, get me clean.
Well, and the other thing I think about all the time is when people do this, when they overdose, when they die, the pain that you leave behind for everybody to suffer, wondering, what could I have done?
Mm-hmm.
Could I have done something? Should I have done something? Should I have done this different? And they live with that for the rest of their lives. So if you don't make this change, your grandfather, your mother, someday you will end up dead. But you're here today because you want this change.
Yeah.
And when you go to rehab, to be honest, some girls have come here and some didn't finish. One girl, she got there one day and she wanted to leave. And then we've had a lot of them that have made it through and got clean, and they've gone on with their lives. We're going to send the cameras, we're going to watch you, and when you finish, when you complete the hardest journey of your life, I want you back on the stage, and I want you to reintroduce yourself to the audience and say, and every young girl out there who might be doing heroin, and you could be a role model for them and say, that young girl can do it, I can do it too.
It's a beautiful thing that he's able to, have all those different routes of ways to help people, but I think in this one, it really directly helped immediately.